Are you tired of the daily grind, running your business, or going to a job that just doesn't light you up anymore? Maybe this job pays you well, but it just doesn't excite you like it used to, and you just don't have the passion for it anymore. Do you want to stop trading your time for money so you can spend more time doing the things that are important, such as spending more time with your family, giving back, enjoying time with your friends? Imagine being able to retire in the next 5 to 10 years and living off passive income that allows you to have the lifestyle of your dreams without trading your time for money. I could totally relate because I was once in your shoes. And I remember around 15 years ago or so, I was working like 12, 14-hour days. I was very passionate about what I did, so it didn't really bother me. But at that point, there were a lot of days where I would leave home and my daughter would be sleeping when I left home. And then I'd come home at the end of a really long day and my daughter would be sleeping. I missed entire days with her. I wasn't there for a lot of soccer practices. And if I had known then what I know now, that was totally unnecessary. Needless to say, my relationship with my wife ended during that time frame. And it was all because I felt like I was in a trap where if I stopped working, the money would stop coming in. And even though I had all this money, I was definitely not feeling happy or fulfilled. And that's when I knew I had to start making some changes in my life. I started investing in the US. Some of you know that I'm Canadian. I started my career there, but I went to the US to start picking up way better deals than I was finding back home. I was still looking after my properties up in Canada myself, but the only problem was at the end of the month I couldn't be at two places at the same time to collect my rent. So I reluctantly hired my first employee, and that was a property manager who looked after my rental properties in Vegas. And I realized that despite the fact that I always thought, oh, I can do this better than anybody else, it turns out my property manager was collecting a lot more rent than I ever did. I learned a really valuable lesson at that time, that it doesn't have to be me doing every single aspect of my business. And then I started to think, well, where else can I put other people into my business and take some of that stuff off my plate to give me my time back? Well, if you fast forward, nowadays I have people on my team doing just about everything. We've managed to flip 1,200 homes, and I'm not involved in the front lines on any of that. I've got people that are involved in the acquisition of the properties. I have people that go and fix them up. I have people that manage them, put tenants in place and manage it. And there are people that even sell it and promote it for me without me having to be there. I could be hanging out with my grandkids. I could be volunteering. I could be traveling the world, which is one of my favorite pastimes. And the money keeps coming in at the end of the month. And that wouldn't have been possible back in the days because I did not know how to delegate. I didn't know how to create a bunch of passive income streams, not just for my businesses that run on their own, but also by having rental properties, short-term rentals, long-term rentals that passively give me a paycheck at the end of every month, and I don't have to do anything to get it. Somebody on my team handles all of that. I find that work does not take up a whole lot of my time. I usually work an hour to two a day, and that's usually answering emails or making phone calls. Occasionally I sit down and make a bunch of video content, but most of the time I'm actually spending it just enjoying myself and doing the stuff that lights me up. And that's something that I never thought possible, back in the day when I was a workaholic. I wasn't focusing on my health, I wasn't focusing on my family, and even though I had lots of money in my bank account, everything else around me was falling apart. So these days, I've been actually to 80 countries so far and counting. I love to have family time, which is super important to me. I now have 2 grandsons, and I love hanging out with them and my daughter. That actually gives me happiness, and I find fulfillment. That comes from making a difference and having something much bigger than yourself that you're working for. So I love to give to a lot of causes, and I also like to volunteer for a lot of different things. And that would have never ever been possible 15 years ago. I was too busy, stuck in that trap of being a workaholic. I'm at the point where I don't chase money anymore. I want to help other people get to that point. Because when you stop chasing the money, what are the things that are really important that you can focus on? I didn't think it would be possible to still have the money and not have to trade my time to get it. And nothing could be further from the truth. This is some of the stuff that I love to teach and help other people do. Is one, make your business passive, and secondly, create some more passive income streams, for example, through long-term and short-term real estate investments, rental properties. And that's exactly what I could help you build without you having to be the real estate expert. I can not just show you how to do it, my teams can actually help do it with you. So you don't have to become an expert at any of this. One of my students, Michael, went from 0 units to 98 units using none of his own money, using my system. Best of all, he got to quit a job that he really didn't like, and now he loves what he does every single day. Or like Jonathan, until he met me, said he didn't have the confidence to do a real estate deal, and he just made $500,000 on one single property. What was really important to him was he wanted to spend more time with his family. He absolutely loves his kids and he loves horses, so he wanted to spend more time doing that, and real estate has allowed him to do just that. Another great example is my student Tony, who has been buying properties, and based on what I've taught him, he's adding additional units to get extra cash flow, and he's well on his way to hopefully cracking 7 figures this year. So I've helped many more students to make their dreams become a reality, and I'd love for you to be my next success story. The same strategy that I'll be teaching you and helping you with is the same strategy that allowed myself and my teams to sell over 1,200 properties in Atlanta, Georgia over an 11-year period. I'll help you to build your real estate portfolio as quickly and painlessly as possible. I'll guide you through the process so that you don't have to be the expert. I'll be there for you every step of the way and show you exactly what you need to do. Take control of your financial future and life, and let me help you build the financial freedom that you deserve. Click the button below to book a call with my team so we can make sure that we're a good fit for you and you're a good fit for us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to working with you. Click the button below.